The world of horse racing is abuzz with excitement always during the second week of October because all roads lead to Ascot during that time for the Champions Day of Racing. A total of 4 Group 1 races which we have for you out here, which will define the champions over different distances. Let's get started right away at the very top, and Queen Elizabeth herself has an interesting runner in the first.
Come October, and for the racing fraternity, it signals the end of the European flat racing season, and it brings with it the culmination of the British Champions Series with the British Champions Day. British Champions Day acts as the end of season highlight fixture of British flat racing. It is the culmination of British Champions Series and features the finals of the 5 divisions of the series. The 5 categories are sprint, mile, middle distance, long distance and fillies and mares. The day represents a fantastic opportunity for the stars of the flat racing season to compete on one of the world's greatest stages on one momentous day. It is the richest day in British racing with over £3.5 million in prize money. The unbeaten champion Frankel completed his race career with victory in the Champion Stakes at the 2012 meeting. Saturday, October 18 saw the dawn of the Kipco British Champions Day at Ascot this year. First up was the Kipco British Champions Long Distance Cup, which is a Group 2 flat horse race open to thoroughbreds aged 3 years and older and run over a distance of 2 miles or 3,200 meters. 9 runners faced the starter for this one. Forgotten Rules from Dermot Wells' Yard was coming into the fray with an unbeaten record of 2 wins from as many starts. He was, however, stepping up to the plate here with his first group appearance and would have to look to Pat Smullen to make up for his lack of experience. David Lanigan saddled Biographer, who was coming into the contest on the back of a 5th place in the Group 2 Doncaster Cup and would be looking at securing his first win since 2012, with George Baker partnering him. Aidan O'Brien fielded the heavily backed favourite Leading Light, who had won the Gold Cup here in June, and had followed that up with the 2nd place in the Irish St. Leger at Curragh last month. Joseph O'Brien would partner him once again, looking at catapulting him back to the winner's circle.
They're all set then for the Kipco British Champions Long Distance Cup. 2 miles and a challenging 2 miles ahead of them, with Marzocco in the green jacket towards the inside, but now Big Orange getting across and leading early in the hands of Tom Queally, followed by Marzocco, Flying Officer in the white jacket against the fence in the noseband Whiplash Willie. Leading Light, the Gold Cup winner, on the outside in purple and white. Last season's Gold Cup winner, Estimate, is on the inside, watched by her owner, Her Majesty the Queen, as they pass the stands. Forgotten Rules is second last. Palisator moving up to join the leaders. At the back is Biographer, running to a right-hander, and it's Big Orange that leads. Palisator has improved out wide of Marzocco and Flying Officer. Then a couple of lengths back to Leading Light and Whiplash Willie together. Estimate round the inside, Forgotten Rules, and finally Biographer, who'll be about 8 or 9 lengths behind the leader. Racing inside the final 1.5 miles now, passing the King George start and on the descent towards Swinley Bottom. They head now inside the final half mile and approach the turn in. Big Orange and Palisator have been first and second for most of the journey. O'Brien is getting after Leading Light, then Flying Officer. Marzocco between runners. Forgotten Rules goes well. Red Cap Noseband on the outside of Whiplash Willie. Estimate looks beat. Down the home run is Big Orange and Palisator. Forgotten Rules with a run down the outside from Leading Light, who's getting a bit short of room, along with Marzocco, the meat in the sandwich. Biographer trying to run on. It was very rough. Palisator took over. Forgotten Rules is scampering after the big horse. It's Palisator from Forgotten Rules. Forgotten Rules is getting there now, and Forgotten Rules takes it up from Palisator. Then Biographer and Whiplash Willie, they race up towards the line, and this lightly raced, hugely promising stayer, Forgotten Rules, wins the Long Distance Cup, the first race on Champions Day. Biographer second, Palisator third.
Irish trainer Dermot Well tasted victory as his charge Forgotten Rules triumphed by length and 3/4 in only his 3rd career start. Biographer was second, with Sir Mark Prescott's Palisator in third. while favourite Leading Light came 7th after the winner swerved across him. The Queen's Horse Estimate finished last in her final race as jockey Ryan Moore toiled on the Sir Michael Stout trained mare and finally eased her up on the line. The first Group 1 race of the day was the Kipco British Champions Fillies and Mares Stakes, open to fillies and mares aged 3 years and older, run over a distance of 1 mile and 4 furlongs or 2,400 meters. This year, 10 runners came into the parade ring to stake their claim on the £600,000 purse. The David Simcock saddle Madame Chiang was making her debut on the Ascot racetrack. She had earlier run 10th in the Investic Oaks, however her prowess was evident in the Group 3 Musidora Stakes when she came from last to first to carry off that race. First-time rider Jim Crowley would be looking at producing some of that form here. The Luca Kamani trained Silk Sari was coming into the contest on the back of 2 consecutive wins, which included the Group 2 DFS Park Hill Stakes at Doncaster last month. Andrea Azzeni was on board looking at making it 3 wins on the trot. The James Fanshawe and George Baker duo, who had taken home the race last year with seal of approval, were back this year with their charge looking at securing a race double.
And away they go. They come out in a good line. Al Bashara towards the inside in the white cap. Where's the pace coming from? We'll go walking in the diamonds. Just about shades the early advantage with Hadartha on her outside. Al Bashara the rail. Last year's winner, seal of approval, and George Baker in the red and yellow hoops on the sleeves. Chiquita is wide of him. Then follows Cubanita. Silk Sari held up. Tassaday is driving up the rail now. With just over 2 furlongs left to cover is Al Bashara for Godolphin, challenged by Chiquita for Ballydoyle. Then in third is Hadartha. Cubanita has now switched to the inside under Ryan Moore. Pollyanna stays on from seal of approval. They head towards the final furlong and a half. Cubanita on the far side of Al Bashara. Chiquita on the near side. Pollyanna still has a chance. And Madame Chiang now leaping in to the contest from the rear of the field. Chiquita is wandering all over the track. Madame Chiang with the straighter line on the far side. Chiquita hanging terribly, and it's Madame Chiang who's getting through the ground best and goes on to win. Silk Sari flashing home for second.
Madame Chiang denied seal of approval the chance to take home the race the second year running as she crossed the finish line 2 lengths clear of Silk Sari in second, with Aidan O'Brien's Chiquita in third. Seal of approval showed none of her brilliant form from last year and was only 5th.
It's time for a short break here on the Winning Post. When we come back, we'll take a look at the sprint. Dr Cyrus Poonawalla is raiding the British shores with his Gordon Lord Byron, a super second over on Arc Weekend, and he's ready to become the next sprint champion.
The Group 2 Kipco British Champions Sprint Stakes followed, which serves as the sprint category final of the British Champion Series. This is a Group 2 flat horse race in Great Britain, open to horses aged 3 years and older, run over a distance of 6 furlongs or 1,200 miles. Competing in this contest were 15 runners. The Dr Cyrus Poonawalla owned Gordon Lord Byron was coming into the contest with a success record of 8 wins from 32 starts. In the Group 1 Bedford Sprint Cup over at Haydock, he ran second to G-Force and followed it up with another second in the Prix de la Forêt at Longchamp on Arc Day. He would now be looking at clinching the top spot with Wayne Lorden partnering him. Gordon Lord Byron was the joint favourite here along with Vistoria from Edward Lynam's yard, who was coming into the contest on the back of a win in a listed race at Curragh over the same trip, just a week before. With Gordon Lord Byron smarting from his defeats and Vistoria in great form, it would be interesting to see how this battle would pan out.
Just about the last in. Watch out for him leaving the stalls, Marek. He can be pretty slow out as they jump away, and Marek wasn't the best away. Fast out on Saija from Intibar, gathering power on the far side. On Saija getting across here. Kieran Fallon knows where he wants to be. He's looking for the stands rail, and he's got there from Intibar. Vistoria in the black sleeves gathering power out wide. They're followed by Eaton Forever, and Jack Dexter is handy, going handy now in black and yellow. In the red cap on the rail is Gordon Lord Byron, followed by Tropics and then Joey's Destiny. Eat 'em Forever, all in close company. And then on the wide outside, the widest flank is G-Force in the light blue jacket. And they're followed further back by Humidor, yellow colours absolutely so. Baccarat on the right, and Marek nearly last and about to make a run through the field by the look of things. Onsija and Jack Dexter, a line of four with Intibar and Vistoria. Eat 'em Forever trying to join in on the outside, then Tropics, Gordon Lord Byron, and then out very wide Gathering Power, Intibar, and on the rail Jack Dexter. Tropics is coming home very strongly, storming home between them. Tropics and Eat 'em Forever out wide. Inside the final furlong, it's Tropics and Jack Dexter. These two battling on. Tropics just ahead. Gordon Lord Byron is charging through a gap and will nail them all. Gordon Lord Byron, where did he come from?
Gordon Lord Byron looked to have plenty to do a furlong out, but Wayne Lawden managed to weave his way between Tropics and Jack Dexter in the dying strides to snatch victory. Tropics was second for the Dean Ivory team, beaten a length and a quarter, with Jack Dexter another neck away in third. Vistoria will live to fight another day as she weakened badly in the final furlong to come in at number 9. The Tom Hogan trained globetrotter Gordon Lord Byron added another thrilling victory to his kitty and has proved without a doubt that he is a sprinter with class. His victory at Ascot has made his owner possibly the only Indian to have won at Ascot since independence. The winning post joined the man at his home in Pune as he spoke about this remarkable achievement.
It was a great honor to win at Royal Ascot. To the best of my memory, post-war, no Indian has had the good fortune of winning multiple group races in Europe, especially at Royal Ascot. I must clarify, an Indian resident who has passionate love for horse racing and breeding. Full marks to the rider for having taken the gap, and otherwise there would have been a hard luck story, like we were very unlucky in Ireland at the Cara just a month ago. To tell you a little about Gordon Lord Byron, he's proved undoubtedly to be one of the best sprinters in the Northern Hemisphere. He won the Group 1 championship stakes in England last year, and he's been racing very consistently throughout in whichever race he's participated. In fact, he won a very valuable Group 1 race in Australia also a few months ago. He has clearly proved now that though the trainer wants to take a chance with him in plum races beyond the 6, that he is really a champion at 6, and that too, yesterday there was a lot of talk about a cut in the ground, which makes a lot of difference to racehorses, as you all know, and I think the cut in the ground suits him. And we hope that now we try to stick to that formula and win some more races, starting with a 6-furlong sprint championship in Hong Kong in the middle of December.
Dr Cyrus Poonawalla is probably the only Indian owner to have tasted success after success overseas. A one-off victory is easy to imagine, but victories with other horses across some of the most prominent racing centres in the world means that Dr Cyrus Poonawalla selects his horses with astute care.
First of all, I would say it was luck and a lot of judgment in selecting the right horses to participate in group races. There have been owners who have had more than 100 horses and have not had this success. So the 3 that I raced was Gordon, another one called David Livingston. Yesterday I was very proud to see that a full brother to Frankel won the Quipco Championship Stakes, and this is the horse we had beaten by David Livingston's brilliant performance last year in UK. So that's encouraged me to probably try and bring the horse to India and improve Indian breeding if possible, because he is by the world champion stallion Galileo. The other horse that I bought last year, Ken Hope, she also won two beautiful races for me, one at Dusseldorf in Germany, so the Indian flag was high at the racecourse, and also another one in Deauville. She runs for the last time. She's a rising four in the Prix at Saint-Cloud on the 30th. I hope I can wind up this year's racing season with a victory.
Not one to rest on his laurels, Cyrus Poonawalla has already charted out plans for his champion horse Gordon Lord Byron, and 2015 looks to be another promising one for the classy sprinter.
2015, good question. Gordon is such a tough and genuine horse. We believe he can continue his success, as I said, first starting from Hong Kong and then take it up in different parts of the world. We'll have to take it race by race. He could win a couple of more Group 1 races, which would be a real pleasure.
Having gone where no Indian owner has gone before and achieving successes that others can only dream of, Dr Cyrus Poonawalla has once again proved that from the many hats he dons, he wears none so proudly as that of horse owner, breeder and racing patron.
Well, and it's super to see the Indian flag fly so high overseas. We'll take a short break, come right back with our Champions Trophy and the Queen Elizabeth II. Welcome back to the Winning Post. Now, a couple of years ago, I was lucky enough to be at Ascot to see Frankel win the Queen Elizabeth II. You saw my interview with Henry Cecil soon after. Well, do we have another Frankel in the midst? Let's find out who won the QE2 as well as the Champions Trophy, the pinnacle of this weekend of racing.
The final two races of the day were the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes and the Kipco Champion Stakes. The Group 1 Queen Elizabeth II Stakes was first up. This contest, run over a distance of 1 mile or 1,600 meters, saw 11 runners this year. The Freddie Head trained Charm Spirit was coming into the contest on the back of 2 consecutive Group 1 wins in France and had earlier run 5th in the 2000 Guineas at Newmarket. Making his first appearance on the Ascot track, he would be looking at securing his first group win in the UK with Olivia Pellier in the saddle. All eyes, however, were trained on the Richard Hannon-trained Knight of Thunder, who had landed the 2000 Guineas. He had run third to Charm Spirit in the Group 1 Prix de Longchamp in September and would be looking at settling the score here with Richard Hughes on his back. His stablemate Tomo had run 6th in his last appearance at Ascot in the St James's Palace Stakes in June, and had followed that up with a second place in the Group 2 Lennox Stakes. With the change in jockey this time around, he would be looking at finding his way back to the winner's circle.
Back on the straight course here, and they jump away, and Custom Cut is fast away under Danny Tudhope. The red and white jacket, Top Notch Tonto and King's Barnes also away fast, and they're all looking to get across towards this standside rail, which definitely looked favoured in the sprint earlier on. Out wide in the claret jacket is Brendan Bracken, then Charm Spirit in the spots and the stripes on the sleeves. Dark blue cap on the right, worn by Frankie Dettori aboard Graphic, and then further back is Integral. Tullius is on the outside in a white cap, 2 or more in light blue. The early pace doesn't look too strong. The horses in behind are all pulling pretty hard. Knight of Thunder is held up. Captain Cat making a move on the outside as they now stretch towards the final quarter mile. Custom Cut has headed Top Notch Tonto. Brendan Bracken, King's Barnes trying to come through. It's very tight. Charm Spirit has a narrow gap. Tullius, Captain Cat on the wide outside. Then Knight of Thunder. They race towards the final furlong. Tullius and Charm Spirit. Knight of Thunder switching inside now, and they are chased by Captain Cat. It's Charm Spirit, the Moulin winner. Knight of Thunder is coming home well on the stands rail, and then 2 or more. Charm Spirit reeled in by Knight of Thunder. It goes to France. Charm Spirit wins.
Charm Spirit scored for France as runner-up Knight of Thunder, ridden by Richard Hughes, struggled for room and could not catch up to him. while Tormore was in third under Kieran Fallon in this closely fought finish. Charm Spirit's gallant run led to the Kipco Champion Stakes. The race serves as the middle distance final of the British Champion Series and is run over a distance of 1 mile and 2 furlongs or 2,000 meters. 9 runners made their way to the parade ring for this one. Lady Cecil saddled Noble Mission, who was coming into the contest on the back of a win in the Tattersalls Gold Cup at Curragh and a second place in the Prix Saint Cloud. Having won 3 consecutive starts at 10 furlongs, he would be looking at securing another one here with James Doyle in the saddle. The Roger Charlton trained Al Kazim, who had a victorious 2013 with 5 consecutive wins, was since struggling to find his winning form. He was coming into the race having run 10th in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe and would be looking at a win here with George Baker on board. Cyrus des Aigles enjoyed the maximum share of support from the markets here on account of his 3 consecutive victories, including the Coronation Cup at Epsom in June. Christophe Soumillon rode him once again, looking at winning him the race for the second time after his victory in 2011.
For this Kipco Champion Stakes, the day's signature race, they're away. Al Kazim broke out well towards the outside in the blue and white jacket. Noble Mission ridden forward as expected and now goes on, followed by Ruler of the World on the inside of Cyrus des Aigles. Then Heather's Moon, Free Eagle in the black-white sleeves towards the inside of Arad. Then Western Hymn and Sheikh Zayed Road is rather detached in the early stages. Noble Mission, Frankel's full brother, leads them inside the mile. From Free Eagle, Cyrus des Aigles coming under pressure inside the 2. Still Noble Mission from Al Kazim. They kicked away from Free Eagle and Cyrus des Aigles, who's struggling to get on terms. Western Hymn down the outside. Noble Mission on the far side of Al Kazim. 3 lengths to Free Eagle. Well inside the final furlong. Noble Mission being worn down by Al Kazim. Free Eagle back in third. Head and head. There's nothing in it. Not a breath between them. Noble Mission is finding more. Noble Mission has won the Champion Stakes.
Noble Mission emulated his legendary elder brother Frankel by winning the Champion Stakes after a thrilling duel with runner-up Al Kazim with Free Eagle in third. Cyrus des Aigles won the 2011 Champion Stakes and was runner-up in the next 2 runnings to Frankel and Farr, but was only 5th in this year's running. Noble Mission led in from the front and dug in to secure an emotional triumph for the team.
Well, and what a super day of racing it's been. Champions all around. Until we see you next week, thank you for joining me. Do follow me on Twitter at Mohit Lalvani, and well, till I see you in a week's time, goodbye. And as always, may the horse be with you.